Hi guys, welcome to the channel tonight as we are down in Glasgow with the Easyjet 737-700 series, and we're going to be taking a flight to London Heathrow Airport. We're going to be departing from runway 05 and arriving for 09 left, so it should be a really good flight today as we're using the 4K version of the ZiboMod, so it should have some better textures in the quality of the cockpit along with our Reshade that we're using, so that's something to look forward to again today. So don't forget to like and subscribe guys, and leave your comments down below. And now that is all said and done, we can get into the cockpit and start this lovely aircraft up. So let's go ahead and start her up. Okay, so we're in the 737-700 series now, so we'll go ahead and we'll turn our battery on and guarded, standby powers on with our ground power. Put the DCs to bat and ground power, then we'll move over and do the IRS, so put them both to nav. We can turn on our circuit breaker with the panel light. After that we'll go ahead and arm the emergency light. We'll put our chimes on and we'll put the seatbelt signs to auto, put the one pump on so we can start the APU. Once that's done, we'll go ahead and we'll test the window heat. And we'll put our probe heat on with our trim air and the packs, and we'll turn the APU bleed on. So getting up onto the charts today, let's check out the flight plan. So we're going to fly for flight level of 270 and a landing elevation down in Heathrow Airport. Currently stands at 83, so we'll just leave that 50, which is fine. Turn our anti-collision on, and we can now go into the FMC and get our positioning. So let's go ahead and turn on our panel lights. So yeah, we're using the 4K version of the ZiboMod today, so let me know if you notice a difference. So we'll go in and get the positioning. So we're Echo Golf Papa Foxtrot, and then there she comes. So Echo Golf Papa Foxtrot, which is already in, so put that there. Then we've got Echo Golf Lima Lima, which we'll put in. So we'll go to our departure. We've got 05, and we're going to take the Norba 1 Juliet out. After that, let's get the charts up so we can get the flight plan of our route. So after we go to Norbu, we're going to take the Uniform Tango 256, and that's going to take us to Delta Charlie Sierra. Then from there we're going to take the Uniform Lima 612, which is then going to take us to Croft. And then from Croft we are going to go straight down, and what we're going to use for the arrival is on the charts. We've got the Bother 1 Bravo. Okay, so we're going to our arrival now, and we're going to take the Bovingdon 1 Bravo. And we're coming in for the ILS on 09, and we'll transition off at Boven. So we'll go ahead and activate that, go into our perf. So we've got that, we'll put a reserve of 1, a cost index of 30, got flight level of 270, which we'll go and put in. We'll go to our N1 limit, as we've got weight today. Flaps 5, so 137, 139 and a 149, so we'll go ahead and bug that now. 149. Quite sensitive. 270. Bug that. Got courses of 50 for the runway. Now we'll put our max bank on. Okay. What we can also do before we get everything else started is we can have a look at the route. So if we go in now, there we go. Now we go into our legs. So if we take it step by step, we'll come round the bend, come through Norbu, and then as we come all the way down, we get to Croft, which is where then we'll get to Nugra. I'll tap that in a second. We'll go to Tobid, get to Bother for Bovingdon, and then we come round straight down onto 09 left. So that's all good. So what we can do is let's put the map back on. We'll go back into the legs, and we'll just shove Nugra in there, which is all set now. The FMC's programmed. We'll go over to the APU, switch over on the buses, go to the APU gen, turn our electrics on. Everything's all switched here, so what we can do is turn the yaw damper on, put on our logo anyway, and turn our start switches to both. We can turn our packs off and now call the tug ready to go. Okay, so now let's go ahead and get the ATIS. Echo Golf Papa Foxtrot. Send that in. And we'll just wait for that to come back. So, now the tug's there, we can put the auto brake to RTO, which is checked. Go and get our ATIS now. So, we've got QNH is 1023 and 070 at 07.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Set that up in just a sec. 070 at 07. Okay, so we'll verify takeoff speeds, nothing's changed there. Put in our trim as well whilst we're here, which doesn't really need to be set at all, which is set, and QNH is 1023, was it? Yeah, 1023. Okay, and 1023, which is set.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Okay. One more thing I need to do, because I haven't set up the views inside the aircraft properly yet. There we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and release the parking brake.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Thank you very much. So what we can do now is we'll turn our strobe to steady, and we'll go ahead and start engine number 2. Okay, so what we can do now is we'll go ahead and start engine number 1.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Okay, so we'll switch over now to the Gen 1. Go ahead and put our packs back to Auto, isolation valve to auto, APU bleed can go off with the APU. Tell the tug now he can go. Turn our taxi lights on, turn our passenger lights on as well, and we're all ready to go. What we can do now is we'll do our systems check to get that out of the way quickly. So, on our controls we've got full left, full right.
So is disconnected and
forward,
bypass pin has been
full
removed.
back.
Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Okay, thank you very much. So our systems are all checked. You can see that it does look nice with the 4K model of the Zibo. That it does look good. So that's all good. Now what we can do is we'll go ahead and drop our flaps. 2 flaps 5. Okay, so now we're all set up, ready to go. We've got our QNHs which are set, the auto brake is set to RTO, so we are all ready to come out. And now all we've got to do really is just get our charts for the taxiway up to 05, and then we can get out of it. So once we come out, we'll go on to Golf and then follow Golf all the way out. So we'll come out, turn left. Everything's all good, I'm happy, so let's go ahead and release the parking brake and power on up to runway 05. Cockpit looks nicer with the 4K, everything looks a lot more sharper inside. So we're going to turn left now. Okay, so now we're on Golf. Going to follow this all the way up now to 05. I would highly recommend the 4K if you can run it, as it is in Reshade you've got a HDR button that controls how sharp you want the images, like the textures, whereas with the 4K actually it's not bad, looks alright, looks nice, colours are more vibrant inside. So just checking on the charts now, we're going to follow it all the way up and go past the Golf 1 hold. So there we go, we'll start coming down now, ready for the runway. So turn the strobes to steady and we'll put our wing and wheel well. Actually, do you know what, instead of turning the first right onto Golf 1, we'll take Golf 1 Alpha.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Which is the end one. So we've got the full length of the runway to come out. Okay, so here we are now. The runway is 05. All lined up now. So put on the brakes. Go over to our center console, put on our LNAV and VNAV, we'll turn on our landing lights, runway turn-offs, taxis can go off, strobes are set and everything else is set accordingly. So we'll press the let's get ready to go. So we can start the clock. And we've got the control column here ready, so let's release the brake and go up to 45%. And toga. Airspeed alive.
80 knots.
Check. Throttle hold.
V1, rotate.
Rotate.
Positive read.
Gear up. Check. So just making our way through now. Go to flaps 1. As we climb up through 800 feet.
1000.
Check. Okay, so we'll go to about flaps up now. We can turn the auto brake off and we can shut off the gear well. As we come up to the 230 until the flaps retract, and now we'll go to 25. So just getting ready for that left turn now, out of the airport onto Exynos. So backtrack runway. Going up to our 2.5 restriction. Now we'll go into that right turn from the left. Holding us stable, try not to go over the 250 mark. As we put the QNHs back to standard, which is fine. Yeah, we're just following the flight director now as we leave Glasgow. So right now we've got the FMC basically controlling our speed, the auto throttle, as we come out of the toga. So we're just now passing Melbourne. As we make that right turn, just to get back on track. There we are. Let's come through 10,000 feet, so what we can do now is we'll turn our landing lights off. Runway turn-offs. And we can turn off our wheel well. Let's see what's going on. As we make that left turn around, start speeding up through 11,000.
Hier noch eine kurze Information zur Lage der Waschräume. Es befinden sich 2 davon im hinteren Bereich und einer vorne auf der linken Seite. Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew has already been released. Any else could you receive your seatbelt fastened. There are 3 lavatories along this aircraft, 2 in the rear and 1 in the front.
Okay, so we're still following the flight director now. As we come up, landing lights are all off. As we get ready to go to Heathrow. Just going through 13,500 feet. In at 266, pitched down just a little more. And as you can see, if we just open up on our range, we're going to make another left turn. Then we'll engage the autopilot to take control. So just coming through 280 knots, got a ground speed of 350.
Serviceablauf geben. Sobald wir unsere Vorbereitungen abgeschlossen haben, werden als erstes die Essen serviert, die bereits vor dem Flug bestellt wurden. Anschließend haben Sie auch die Möglichkeit, Speisen und Getränke sowie süße und salzige Snacks zu kaufen. Die gesamte Auswahl und die Preise finden Sie in der TUI-Flat-Kaffeekarte in Ihrer Tasche. Wir können Ihnen zum Beispiel noch einige belegte Brote anbieten, sowie auch warmes Essen. Da haben wir noch ein Pasta-Gericht mit Bolognese-Soße oder eine Nudelsuppe im Angebot. Bitte haben Sie Verständnis, sollte der ein oder andere Artikel bereits ausverkauft sein. Im weiteren Flugverlauf haben Sie dann noch die Möglichkeit, in unserem umfangreichen Workshop einzukaufen.
So there's our 300 as we start to ease out now and start to come back. So there we are now, on track, recenter the yoke, and we'll go ahead and put the autopilot on now, so the autopilot has full control. So just climbing through 17,000 feet, going to the FMC now, can have a look at our legs. So once we get to Osmeg, be flight level 270, we'll come all the way down through Tobin. So that's the plan anyway, guys. So we're going to climb down through to 270. There's the whole route. So we haven't got top of descent until a little further anyway. So sit back and enjoy the show. Right now we've got a 20 knot tailwind, and the aircraft seems stable, so we're going to come in for the ILS for 09 left. We'll transition off at Bovington, which will then make our right turn, and we'll go on to a 268 degree heading, and then we'll make that left turn for a 181 degree, where we'll then intercept the localizer at 3,000 feet. On the charts here for 9 left we've got 2,500, so that's what we'll program the altitude on the MCP once we know our top of descent. Our options here, we've got the ILS with the localizer and DME, we've got the Cat 3B and the Cat 2, so we're going to take the ILS. So we've got minimums of 280 for a 200 foot decision. We're going to start descent on a 091 degree course on a 3 degree path from 2,500. Then we'll come down, and should be alright, should be a good one. So that's us all done now. So let's do our takeoff cinematics, and I'll see you all guys when we get back. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Hi guys, welcome back to the flight deck. Right now we're just currently starting our descent into speed before we go past our top of descent. Ready to transition off at Bovingdon to come in for runway 09 left. So we're just following back for the LNAV path, and then we'll start to make our descent from 270. Going to intercept for the ILS for runway 09 left on the 2,500 feet. Come past Torbid for flight level 200, then we'll go past Soppit 415. Transition off from Bovingdon around 7,000, and then we come round on 6 for the intercept down for 2,500 in London Heathrow. So it should be a nice arrival using the 4K model of the Zibo. So let me know if you think the textures look sharper, like the buttons and the knobs, etc. So there's our top of descent, right in range. As we level off now, and then the TD will kick in. Okay, so there's our top of descent. Currently on the 149. and then we'll go to the 148 once we get to Torbid. So just send through flight level 260. And I'd send checklist, turn our engine starts to continuous, and we can brief the cabin now, tell them that we're coming down.
Verehrte Gäste, ich darf Sie bitten, dass Sie auf Ihre Plätze zurückkehren und sich dort wieder anschnallen. Vielen Dank.
Okay, so as we come through our speeds, 240 at Torbid. So what we can do is we'll just help that along. Okay. So that'll keep our speed all good. As we come down now, 13 miles away. Okay, so we've got the speed brakes open as we get ready to come in for London Heathrow. Now if we get up the our minimums now, we can start to set that all up ready for our approach. So on the charts, we've got our minimums, which is 280 on the Barrow, so we'll go and put that in now. Okay, 280, which is set. And 280, which is set. We'll go in, we've got our speed brakes opened, we'll go in and get our ATIS now for Heathrow. As we slow now through 260. Wait for that to come, go in and check our approach. So we'll come in flaps 147, flaps 30. On the ILS's we've got a 110.30. So what I'm going to do now is we can set up the view whilst we're here, because I haven't set the view up for it yet. Okay. Okay, that'll do for now. So on our radios we've got a 110.30. So 110. Decimal 30, which will activate now, and we'll activate on the captain's side as well, ready for when we do come in. So we've got a barrow set, we'll go for auto brake number 2 as we come around. Put the speed brake in now, as we've levelled off now for 200 before we start our top of descent again on our way to Sawpit. So if we go through, let's check our weather now for the airport. Okay, 1018, 110.04, which is fine. So in that case, we'll leave that as is, it's fine. And we've got a 050.190, so 1018, which is set. Which is set. So what we can do now is just going through 19,000. We're going to do our approach checklist. So for our approach settings, we've got our altimeter setting, which is a 1018, which is cross-checked on either side. After that, we've got our altitude for the approach, which is 2,500 feet, and we are going to be coming down on the 091 course. And that should match in the FMC. Okay, we've got 090, we'll run off of this. And we're on the 140. There we go. So, as we were saying, we've got the QNHs, which is 1018, which is cross-checked on either side. We've got the approach altitude for our arrival, which is 2,500 feet to intercept the ILS and be on the 090 degree course to come in for the runway. After that, we've got our barrow, and we'll run back onto the approach. We've got our V-card approach speed rev, which is a flat 30 for a 147 plus 5 or 152, which is checked. The ILS course frequency is a 110.30, which is checked on either sides for the 090 course. After that, taxi lights auto, so we'll just say that we've got an auto, so we'll keep that on auto. And once we come under 10,000, we'll do our landing lights. Transition altitude is 6,000. So, we're all set to come in, and everything is all set up accordingly. So, just passing through 16,000 now. As you can see here, we're going to basically come down, turn right at Bovingdon, make that left onto the 181, and then come onto the 090 course. Winds are calm, so should make do for a nice arrival today. I've noticed with the 4K model that the knobs are a lot more sharper. But there are little benefits with the 4K model. If you can use it, I definitely recommend it, as it is gives a nice little touch, especially if you're using the reshades. It definitely makes a difference. So we're going to descend now to 150. We'll top of descent, will start again, and on our speeds maybe 240 when we get to Bovingdon, then we'll just decel again. And we get to Bother, just pass in Whiskey Charlie Oscar. Throttles have gone to arm. Also brake is set to number 2. And we are right on target to come in for our arrival. We have a look at our time. 5:43 we're coming in for. And if we look back here, so we've got a 110.30, which is all checked. Okay, so we're going to make our left turn to Bother now. Still staying around 240 as we come round into London. The decel is to go then to 220, and then we'll go 22 below at Bovingdon, which will be that right turn. So cabin crew prepare for landing. Everything's all set up on my side now. The ILSs are set as well, and just to double check them, 110.30, and we're both set. So everything's all set up ready for us to come in. We just got to wait for the ILSs to get picked up from the airport, and then once the signal has, we can start to activate the VOR lock, and then we'll come down on the single channel and then disconnect when we're fully set up, ready for 09 left. So when we go to 22 below, then we'll open up our speed brakes just to get us down quicker, and then we'll stay at 220 all the way until we make the left turn from the 179, and then we'll slow to 175, which will be our flaps 5, and then we'll do our flaps 15, gear down, etc. So if we zoom in a little now, there's Bother, come round the bend as we come to Bovingdon for 7,000 above. So just hitting now 10,000 feet, so we'll turn our landing lights on, runway turn-offs can go on, and our wheel well.
Verehrte Gäste, ich darf Sie bitten, dass Sie auf Ihre Plätze zurückkehren und sich dort wieder anschnallen. Vielen Dank.
Okay. So just near our decel. Right on the profile for the VNAV path. So just coming under 9,000 now. Auto brake set number 2. As we start coming around the bend, we're going to come onto our initial approach fix, which on our charts, our initial approach fix is Bovingdon at 7,000 on the 180, and we've got the 179. So now we're decel, so we'll open speed brakes. Let me know what you think of the Reshade as well, guys. As I think I'll stick with the 4K Zibo, as there wasn't really any much of a frame decrease on my side, so I'm perfectly happy running with it. So there we are now to the 220. As we're going to that right turn now from Bovingdon to start for our initial approach fix. Just going through 8,000 feet now as we go for 7,000. Okay, so we'll go to the 179. And we'll stay for 7,000 until we get to our next decel, which is where we'll then descend down to above 3,500. Lovely ortho scenery in Heathrow that I put in as well, which I forgot about, so that was a bonus. Okay, so there's our 7,000. Now we'll start from our initial approach fix from Bovingdon. Now we'll make that right turn, as you can see, to come round and then line onto the ILS. Is there an eye left? Oops. So we could have come from Lambourne, which is just behind, and we would have followed the trail straight past Bovingdon, or we could have came to Bovingdon, joined on to the approach for the arrival, and then come in as start from here. So we could have done it either two ways. It's just because Bovingdon was straight directly down where we was going, that it would make sense to do it there instead of making a divert to the left and then swinging back right around to come in. So we're just near our next decel, which, if we have a look, 188. So we'll put our QNHs back now, as 6,000 is for when we go. Now we'll be on for 6,000 above now before we make that left turn, and then we'll go to 18. So everything's all set. We've got the barrows at 280 for a 200-foot decision. We've also got the localizer for the intercept, which is down for 2005. And just to make sure everything is in here and on and set. So we are literally now just waiting for the ILS to come on, and then we're all ready to go. So we're going to start to decel now, where we'll open up some flaps. Can arm the speed brake now. So go to our flaps up, and then we need to go to our 188, which will be for when we intercept for the ILS. So there's the ILS frequency picked up now. Set our flaps up until we make that left turn, and then we'll come down to flaps 5. Speed brake's armed, so we're all set, ready to intercept. Okay, so open these speed brakes once the aircraft gets down. As now it's going to chase the VNAV path. It doesn't care about the speed. All it cares about is following the profile to get down. Could change it in the FMC, but it will level itself off in just a moment. As you can see on the right hand side here, our profile is bang on. So as soon as we hit 3,000 above, and then the aircraft levels, we'll slow back down and then drop our flaps 5 and then knock the speed brakes in. So, word of advice: don't open your speed brakes with the flaps. You just don't do that. You either use one or the other. So we've got the speed brakes now as we come in to intercept for that left turn, and we'll put the VOR lock on now, as we are going to catch it.
1,000 to go.
Okay, so there's a VOR for the localizer. Still keeping the speed brakes open, and then we'll shut them back in, add the flaps up, and go to our flaps 5.
$2,500.
Okay. Don't know what's clicking, but either way, let's enjoy the view. So, got the speed brakes in, and we'll go to flaps 5. And now we've got the approach for the glide slope, so we can activate that as well. I don't know what's causing that clicking, guys. I think it just might be a bug that's just happened. So here we come now on single channel, waiting for to intercept for the glide slope. As we come down for our flaps 5, there's the glide slope now. So lock our flaps 15 and go gear down. And what we can also do is put on our profile. Okay, go flaps 30. Char 152. So, I'm happy. So, let's disconnect. Here we go. So, I have full control now. Try and get back for our 152. Just nose up a little to get the glide slope back down, not too much. Speed brakes are armed, got the auto brake set just a little under the glide slope. So just make a few corrections.
1,000.
1,000 feet, stabilized, Mr. Birch, altitude
Okay,
7.
so still coming down, 2 red, 2 white. As we get closer, the glide slope will get more sensitive. Just ease back on our throttles. That'll bring our descent down a little bit quicker. There's glide slope, so we come back on. There we go.
$500. 400. 300. Approaching minimums. 200. Minimums.
Continue.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Okay, speed brakes are up and reversers are active. Check. Now reversers can go back in, manual braking. And there we go. So, welcome to London Heathrow, guys. Putting our speed brakes and vacate the runway.
Im Namen der TUI-Flight Ihrem Reisebüro möchten sich die Besatzung recht herzlich von Ihnen verabschieden. Wir hoffen, Sie hatten einen angenehmen Aufenthalt bei uns an Bord, wünschen Ihnen abschließend eine gute und sichere Heimreise, eine gute Nacht und freuen uns auf ein baldiges Wiedersehen. Ladies and gentlemen, we kindly ask you to remain.
Okay guys, thanks for watching. Now it's time for our landing cinematics, and what we can do is go into them right now. So don't forget to like and subscribe, leave your comments down below, and I'll see you all in a minute. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the flight this evening. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and leave your comments down below on what you thought of the 4K cockpit down in the Easyjet for the 700. So I'll see you all on the next available flight. Take care for now, guys, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye bye.